So we're coming to you again from what is one of our biggest and also longest days of our now 8th annual March Madness event. We're going to talk about why events matter to us in terms of who we are at the firm and why they matter to your financial life as well. So here we are, 8th annual March Madness event. When we threw this party for the first time, we literally had 25 friends and family. We had to beg to come here. And we've touched on events in the past, and I think people understand in some ways what they represent. But I wanted to talk about two kind of blocks, the first of which is what they really reflect of 10 Capital, that I think whether you're a client of our firm currently or considering it should matter to you, but also why it actually matters to your financial success over the long term. So what is it supposed to signify for us at 10 Capital? Number one is consistency. From day one, literally day one, when we threw our first event until now, we've kept up the pace. We've not only kept it up, but we've improved it. And that we've gotten the feedback of, hey, you guys aren't stopping. And we're not stopping for a lot of reasons. One is to, again, reflect that consistency. The second is it's who we are. We want to be relational. And as I'll get to a little later, we think it's critically important to helping clients get where they want to go. Second is just effort. I think everybody talks about wanting to have a great client experience. And not everybody, we understand, can make an event. But when people see us putting in the time and the money to try to put these on, I think they understand that it isn't just lip service when we say that we care about you as our clients and we care about finding ways to connect with you to, again, build those meaningful relationships. And lastly is just engagement. Again, we know so many people, certainly in our industry, who take such an impersonal approach to what we believe should be a personal business, and sitting in your office waiting for people to come to you isn't going to be the way to, again, effectively engage them to get where we need to go. As relates to our clients and their financial lives, the biggest hurdles between where you're at and where you want to get to have nothing to do with the markets and very little to do with investments. It's critically important. We put a lot of time and effort into that, whether it's myself, Ryan, our new colleague, Adam Gelhausen. But again, after 2 decades of studying where we can drive real value for clients and looking where people fall short with all the studies that have been done, there's really 2 parts. Number one is helping people understand really what they're trying to achieve and what those goals and ambitions are. And then 2, being able to employ the emotional fortitude and patience to give it the time for those things to be realized. If it's not markets, what is it? Comes back to, again, relationships, everything that I started with about what we want this firm to be about. And again, whether you're ever making an event or not, you know you're working with people who put the value in you and your goals as opposed to just our own bottom line or being efficient, as unfortunately so many corporations do. So again, why specifically are relationships so important to those kind of twin hurdles that we're getting at? Number one is uncovering real goals and priorities. You're not going to know what you're trying to get to even empower the ability to have a plan unless you feel comfortable with who you're working with. You know that it isn't, again, just lip service, but something sincere to them, that they want to get to know you, that they're taking the time. And for us, even a formal approach to how we get to know you to, again, uncover those goals. Secondly, the value doesn't show up every day, but it shows up over time, and it often shows up in 2 or 3 critical moments when there's very hard decisions that have to be made. Some of those hard decisions coming from us have to be telling clients things that they may not want to hear. You're far more likely to take that advice, or at least consider it, if you feel like that person knows you and has your best interests at heart. And third and finally, stay in the course. You're far more likely to stay the course and give those tough decisions time if you feel known, if you feel like the person that you've partnered with really does have your best interests at heart, and it has a vested interest in seeing you succeed. So that's, again, why we throw these events and why they matter to you, whether you ever come to one of them or not. We certainly hope to see so many of you here shortly. But also, I'll leave with this. So as many of you know, I named the firm after my grandfather. 10 was his high school jersey number. And he knew his grandson's problem back in the day was not that he lacked focus or discipline or wasn't hard charging enough, but that he may not have been taking the time to have a little fun along the way. And so that's my wish for all of you who hopefully joined us here today, or if you didn't, wherever you're at, is that you've taken a little bit of time to have a little fun. And with that, thanks again for joining us.